How do I?
That's the unmute button, man. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third place matchup of the Bob Strauss Memorial Tournament here at Washington. It will be your Jesuit Rangers versus the St. Mark's Lions. Jesuit suffered a 50-45 loss against Saxe last night. And part of that was due to only making 1 3 out of the whole game and some free throw woes late in the clutch. This is a very expected matchup between St. Mark's and Jesuit. St. Mark's, obviously hosted by 5-star Dawson Batty, and they have another big man, 6'8", Asher Collins. So it would be interesting to see what Coach Hill would do to guard this tall lineup. I'm here next to Pedro Rios. Pedro, let's talk about the game.
Talking about yesterday, I was watching the very end of it. They were down 10, but something I found is Jesuit has a very rhythm-based offense. They need to get a rhythm on to just keep on rolling. And we saw that yesterday. They kept on getting steals and layups. Fortunately, it wasn't enough. But for this match, it really is about Dawson Batty. He has offers from good programs like Kentucky and Houston right now. He is a 5-star. So we'll just see how it turns out. I think this will be a very defensive game. Jesuit has a really good defense. They just have, like you said, the shooting woes. So, yeah, we'll see.
As we see something new from the starting lineup, big man, 6'8", Dashiell Glasgow will be starting for the first game, taking William Alexander's spot. Maybe this is due to the size of St. Mark's, but tip-off is underway, and we are excited to go here in the Walsh Gymnasium.
Yeah, this could have easily been the championship matchup for early or later today. But, St. Mark's, they barely lost yesterday to – who did they lose to?
I believe it was Grand Prairie.
6-0 Grand Prairie. St. Mark's now is 7-2. Jesuit, I believe, is 5-4. So this will be a very interesting matchup. I can't wait to see Jesuit and St. Mark's.
As it looks like Pierce Popelka standing at 6'4", will take the tip-off against Dawson Batty. And I believe that will be the matchup for the rest of the game today as tip-off begins. And it's Batty gets the ball. Donda controls the ball up. Passes to A.J. Thomas. Thomas contested layup by Glasgow. Glasgow gets the rebound. Fern pushing the ball up. As he's suffered a half-court press, Jensen tries to brace it, but Batty gets a hand on it. Donda bringing up the ball.
Jesuit, they did well in that drive. They need to control the paint, especially with all these big guys, to get those rebounds. And they're probably going to have to deal with this half-court press the whole game.
Thomas smokes the first layup. Glasgow looks like he blocked it. There's a fight for the ball. And it's stay here with St. Mark's. Yeah, so we're obviously seeing the size of 3 shots in the paint already. As Donda will look to inbound the ball. Collins, and it's blocked by Glasgow.
What a block.
That's that 6'8" size for you.
Yes,
Fern, wide open from the corner. Misses it.
Oh.
Collins grabs down the rebound. Passes to Donda. Donda bringing the ball up for the Lions. Donda fakes it to Collins, gives it to Batty. Batty driving in, stumbles a bit. Collins looking to get the offense. That's number 23, Hopkins up top. Passes to Batty. Batty shoots it from NBA range. Splash.
That's just 5-star energy right there,
Jensen
really
bringing up the ball. Sees a wide open Popelka. And it's tipped. That lob was tipped. Batty brings up the ball. Passes to Donda. Batty fakes it. 1 dribble pull up. Misses. What a rebound by Thomas. But it looks like Jensen will get that ball on the ground.
Seems like Jesuit doing really well with the size matchup so far. It doesn't seem like an issue. They're controlling the paint really well. It's just, Dawson Batty, Dawson Batty's really good at what he does.
Here's that 1-3-1 press from St. Mark. As they'll get the ball to Dashiell in the paint. He has a size matchup against Donda. Jensen gets it to Popelka. Fern on the low block. Looks up. Finds a wide open Eakes from the corner. Misses it. As Glasgow tries to tip it back to Jensen, but it goes out of bounds. So that was great shot from Eakes. That's what you want. You want those wide open shots. As we've seen before Highland Park, In the first half, they might not fall in, but in the second half, they're going to fall in.
That was a crazy game. You know, I was there. I was at the camera. It was crazy. And there was a lot of
Dashel gets the rebound. Passes to Popelka. Popelka against Batty. Slows it down for a bit. Fern, Eeks. Glasgow in the paint against Batty. 6'8 versus 6'8. The big man passes his back. Jensen, the blue low block. Eeks wide open. Passes to Fern. Fern drives corner. Glasgow for three. Just misses it. And that is 3 missed threes by Jesuit. They were good looks, but just can't fall in as there's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to play.
And sometimes that's just basketball. You know, you get those good shots, but they just don't fall in. You just got to keep on trying until they start falling.
Collins, got it right Glasgow. Passes to Donda. Jensen playing good defense. Batty brings the ball up. Will he pull it? Yes, he will. Misses it. A good rebound by Thomas, as we've seen his hustle already, grabbing 3 rebounds. Another block by Glasgow against Collins. It looks like it will be a jump ball and will retain St. Mark's possession.
You know, I feel like they're just trying to get it to a Batty so he could shoot all the threes. And right now, Jesuit's doing a great job defending him.
And it looks like number 1 sophomore, Wes Jackson, will go in for Asher Collins. So it will be, looks like Glasgow will guard the 6'2 Jackson. Kind of confused about that as Jackson gets that ball, passes it to Hopkins. Hopkins screen set by Batty. Batty has a clear size matchup. Jackson passes it to Donda. Donda from deep. Misses. Fern gets the rebound. He is hauled.
Yeah.
And the rest finally called a foul. Great rebound by Fern, staying strong with the ball.
You know, like I said, this is going to be a huge defensive game. As we see, there's only 3 points on the board. And I just love how it's physical. You know, those people were trying to get the jump ball.
Jensen gets the ball in the corner. Passes to Eeks. Eeks drives, finds a wide open Jensen. As his bounce will go in, but Popelka gets the offensive rebound. Another attempt by Jensen, and it can't fall in. That's 5 threes from Jesuit that can't fall in the first quarter.
Yeah, it just seems like the Sasachi game all over again right now.
Batty drives baseline. Physical.
Oh,
It was a foul on Popelka before Glasgow can get that block.
that was really good defense by Jesuit. Just unlucky foul call.
That's what you do as a 6'8 point guard. You just grab the ball and be physical down low, as Batty will shoot his first free drip. Misses the first. And Collins will go in for A.J. Thomas. And Jack Sharp will sub in for Cooper Jensen. So we see the first sub today for the Rangers. Batty's second attempt makes it, as it is 4-0. St. Mark's leading with 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Seems like
Fern
the scoreboard
passes
is
to
not
Popelka.
loading.
Fern back to Eeks. Eeks thought about it. Passes to Fern. Fern will shoot it. Splash!
There's the first 3 of the game. Much needed.
The St. Mark's are going to leave the Rangers wide open at the 3. That's going to be the result. Hopkins guarded by Eeks. Collins guarded by Glasgow. Finds a wide open Batty in the paint. Popelka playing great defense. And it's great contest by Glasgow on the backside as Popelka pushes it up. Drew on 2. Gets it. And Glasgow, great rebound, running the floor. That's what you want to see
Great
from your
aggression.
big man.
Pushing the rim, that's what you need.
Collins driving baseline, passes to Jackson. Jackson, 1 pull-up mid-range, makes it in. Wow.
Can't believe that went in.
Those are the kind of shots you need to beat these Jesuit Rangers. Fern back to Eeks. Passes it back to Fern. Looks like a high 2-3 with Dawson Batty playing that guard position. As St. Mark is very physical. Popelka right in the paint. Glasgow for another 3. Makes the second one. Dashel Glasgow, what an impact for the big man as his first game starting.
Rhythm-based offense. Jesuit's starting to find that rhythm right now.
Yes, basketball is a game of runs as Jesuit is on their run right now. Hopkins spins it, passes to Collins. It'll go out on Fern and retain St. Mark's possession. Senior Cade Kirby will check in for Pierce Popelka.
We're starting to see that HP version of the Rangers where they kept on knocking down threes and being aggressive towards the rim.
Yeah, a little slow start in the beginning, but like it'll eventually ramp up. Batty catches out wide open lob against Kirby, just able to rise up and put it in. Fern guarded by Batty. Kirby to Shar. Gets to the Fern. Fern for three. Splash! There are the threes the Rangers have been attempting, and now they're finally making it. Donda passes the Batty in the post, guarded by 6'1" Kirby. Glasgow, great contest against Collins. There's a fight for the rebound. McMiller shoots it. And the rebound and put back by Batty. So, timeout, St. Mark's, as we will be right back after in the first quarter with
Okay. All right.
Welcome back to Walsh Gymnasium as Kirby will inbound it to Eakes. Here's that full court press by St. Mark's. Looks like a 2-1-2. Fern dribbles past Jackson. Jackson is, what is the call? And it looks like a foul.
Kind of risky there. Almost got a travel.
Yeah, but he was being pushed back, so the rest would eventually have to be called for a foul. Nick Pregler subs in for Dasher Glasgow, as we'll see the Rangers come in. Fern inbounds the ball. Passes to Eakes up top. Passes to Shar. Shar to Eakes. Very aggressive defense from the Lions. Fern gets the ball, finds a cutting Pregler, but it is tipped. McMiller with the ball, gets it to Jackson. Jackson to Batty, guarded by Fern. Batty guards baseline, great defense by Fern. And the great double team by the Rangers to force that shot from Batty. Collins driving in. And is rebounded by Fern. So a clear size matchup. And it looks like Fern will call that timeout before he would throw the ball away.
Jesuit is doing great with the double teams, getting their rotations on time, and being able to shut down Dawson. Right now, he doesn't look like a 5-star, and that's great on the Jesuit defense.
I couldn't say that any better myself. As let's stay here and talk about the game. Let's talk about what a week it has been for the Jesuit Rangers. So starting off on Tuesday, beating the rival Highland Park by 2 points.
For the first time since like 2014.
Yes, for the first time in 11 years. And then they're hopped right into the Bob Strauss Memorial Tournament, beating Lake Worth on Thursday.
It was like a complete one-sided game.
So yes, 4 games in 1 week is pretty intensive for this team, but I know they're built up for that. They've been working very hard in the offseason for this tournament.
And now they're about to go to St. Louis next weekend. So can't wait to see how that goes.
As the ball is inbounded to Pregler. Pregler against Batty. Drives past him. Passes to Shar in the corner. Shar gets to the Fern. Skips it over to Kirby. And it looks like it will be a travel on Kirby. The St. Mark's faithful student section is here. Very loud against the Jesuit student section. As Jackson will bring the ball up. Starting up their set. Collins passes to Batty. Batty setting up the offense. He's guarded by Kirby. Thomas, who will be guarded by Fern. Brings the ball up. He's trying to get it to Batty, but he can't, so he gets it to Jackson. Jackson, who passes to Collins, so it'll be Collins against a 5'10 Eeks. Let's see how Eeks will guard this. As he was trying to make a good contest, but Collins just rises up over him.
Yeah, Eeks is just a sophomore, so he still has some growing to do, and that's just size. That's just size difference.
Yeah. That was a foul on Wes Jackson as number 10, Reed Smith, and number 13, Samuel Blumenthal, will come in for St. Mark's. So this will be the first time we'll see Dawson coming out of the game. Kirby, with 12 seconds left in the game, passes to Fern. Fern, guard it. He has to put something up. And it's another foul against Jackson. I think that's his third foul, so he'll have to be subbed out. Coach Greg Bueller looking to make that substitution as the Rangers only have 1.9 seconds to get a shot off. Eeks passes to Pregler. Pregler fades away and couldn't misses. And that is the end of the first quarter. St. Mark Lions 12, the Jesuit Rangers 11. As we'll
All right, guys, welcome back. We are starting the second quarter here. Jesuit keeping it close. You know, they have done an amazing job. You know, we talked about the size difference, and they seem to be doing flawlessly on defense. You know, shutting down Dawson, shutting down the paint. And, you know, they got into a rhythm at the first quarter, and they kind of lost it. So now, second quarter, finding that rhythm back.
Kirby passes to Jensen. Jensen finds a Cuddy Popelka, and he lays it in. Popelka, he's great at cutting to the basket, as that's where he gets most of his points. Colin Grant subbed in for the Rangers to start the second quarter. Donda for three, in and out, but Batty gets that putback right in. Kirby pushing the ball up, guarded by Thomas, and that is another foul against the Lions. So we're seeing how the refs are calling against the St. Mark's defense. Jensen will inbound the ball. Gets it to Kirby. Kirby starting to set. Guarded heavily by Thomas. Kirby passes to Jensen. Wide open. Splash!
All right, Jesuit.
Donda will look to inbound the ball. Batty gets to the Hopkins. Finds a wide open Thomas for that layup. Kirby gets to the Pregler. Pregler gets to the Kirby. Kirby looking for someone. Looking at Pregler. Popelka cuts wide down the lane and is blocked by Collins. Batty with the ball up. It looks like Hopkins for the three. He will misses it. Kirby gets the rebound. It's a 3-on-2 with the Rangers. Jensen, another three. In and out. Popelka gets the rebound. Colin Grant gets the rebound. It's a fight for the ball. It will be a jump ball and will be St. Mark's ball.
Great hustle by Jesuit there, trying to get those fast breaks points. Unfortunately, the shots don't fall. Just got to keep on shooting until it goes in.
Hopkins will pass inbound it to Donda. Donda getting the ball up. Gets it to Collins. Collins guarded by Pregler. Batty guarded by Popelka. Hopkins passes back. Batty. Jensen comes in for the double team. Finds wide open Wes Jackson for 3. He misses. Pregler gets the ball. He forces the pass as Hopkins gets on the floor, and it'll be judge of possession again. Grant coming up, thought about it, and it's foul. It's a great hustle there by Pregler to run the floor and get the ball and put it in a fast break moment. And that's a foul on number 5.
A lot of fast breaks moments here in the second quarter for Jesuit. They just got to take advantage of that.
Kirby looking to inbound the ball. Trying to look for someone. Get to the Jensen. Jensen guarded up top by Jackson. Popelka guarded by Batty. Colin Grant gets the ball. Gets to the Pregler. Colin in the corner, guarded by Hopkins. Popelka cutting. And it will retain Jesuit ball here in their side of the half. So good defense by St. Mark's. They're very up on top on the Rangers. And the Rangers are a bit struggling for a bit. Pregler wide open for 3. Splash! So the threes we didn't see fall in yesterday are falling in now against St. Mark's. It's a great sight to see. Jackson looking to get the ball to Collins. Collins finds a Donda wide open in the paint. He puts it up. Collins getting the offensive rebound, and Pregler will get that defensive rebound. Kirby pushing the ball up. Oh, he's fast. Dribbling through the defense.
Receiver stuff.
The refs. Ooh, interesting call, letting that dangerous play happen as Kirby's a bit shaken up. Hopefully he's okay. He always gives his 110% every single game, no matter it's in football or basketball. So let's see. We'll check on his status a bit later as Glasgow will come in for him. Popelka tries to catch that lob, and it will be St. Mark's ball. Jensen tried to catch the St. Mark's defense asleep by giving that lob up, but St. Mark's was ready for that. Donda bringing the ball up. He'll fake the screen, loses the ball. Donda looking for somewhere to go, finds Hopkins in the corner, guarded by Glasgow. Left-hand layup, and he finishes it.
That was a nice finish.
Yeah, he used that rim to the advantage to get that layup over Glasgow. Pregler dribbling it up. As it will be Glasgow guarded by Popelka, puts it up. No foul. Good defense there by number 23, Hopkins. Donda bringing the ball up. Looking for somewhere. Finds Hopkins. Ooh, very physical in the paint. And the Rangers are there to get the ball.
It seems like the refs are letting them play just a little bit. Don't want to get too violent, though.
Yes, it was a very heated matchup as this is a rematch from last year's championship game. So these two squads have been looking to face each other. Eeks subbed in for Pregler, excuse me. Eeks guarded by Jackson. Great defense by Jackson. It's all up on him. And then it's a turnover off Popelka's leg. Great defense by Jackson there to force that pass from Eeks. Donda inbounds the ball. Donda getting the ball up. Batty calls for the screen, rejects the screen, step back over Popelka, misses it. No one's there for Jesuit to get the rebound. Batty drives in. No call there by the refs. It's a fight for the ball, and Eeks will get the ball. Eeks looking to somewhere. Gets to the Jensen. Popelka in the paint. Misses the first layup. Eeks for 3 now. Ooh, misses it off the rim. As a timeout for St. Mark's. A very scrappy second quarter from both teams. Every single team trying to get every single 50-50 ball to win this matchup. Welcome back to Washington coming out of the timeout. Both teams looking to catch their breath after what has been a very scrappy and wild second quarter.
Yeah, Jesuit and St. Mark's, you know, like he said last year, Jesuit won the championship, so they're both looking.
The refs have already started the clock to St. Mark's to inbound the ball. So the refs very much in a rush today. Donda, guarded by Eeks, gets to Jackson. McMiller in the corner, shoots it over Jensen and makes it. That will put up St. Mark's up with the lead by 2 points. Eeks dribbling the ball, gets to the Jensen and on the wing. Fern on top of the key, finds Eeks. Eeks dribbles, drives. Fern for three, misses left rim. Great rebound there by McMiller. He's been a very great impact to the game for St. Mark's. Donda, guarded by Fern, gets it to Batty on the low post. As we see the double team there by Jensen. Glasgow contests that shot. Jackson just misses it. And Donda gets the ball. So the Rangers letting up those defensive rebounds. Great defense there by Eeks. Batty puts it in, misses the first attempt, misses the second, but it will still remain St. Mark's ball.
Jesuit had great paint presence in the first quarter and a little bit of second, but it seems like they're starting to let up on that paint presence. They need to continue to be very solid in the paint.
Donda wide open from the corner, misses front rim, and Jensen will get that rebound. Fern pushing it up. Popelka in the corner. There's a very clear size matchup, and Popelka turns over the ball. Coach Hill is telling his team, settle down. Let's find this next point. Donda, he'll bring the ball up. St. Mark's will look to get into the set. Screen there by Batty. He rolls, guarded by Jensen, and he puts it up.
Can't do much there.
Great play there by St. Mark's. That's another turnover. It is a barrage of turnovers by both teams. Jensen on top of the key. Finds a wide open Eeks for three. Misses.
Eeks is getting a lot of those wide open looks. It's just they're not falling, and it's kind of unlucky for him and Jesuit, as some other people get those wide open threes.
You know, shooters don't stop shooting, so I expect them to keep shooting as that is his confidence. Donda dribbling it up, guarded by Eeks. Donda trying to give it to Batty. Donda, screen set it by Batty. Donda rejects the screen. Great hands there by Fern. Collins grabs the ball, guarded by Glasgow, and makes the layup. What a way to make a layup after Jensen, guarded by Hopkins. Fern puts it up. Good contest there by Collins.
St. Mark's on a little run here. Jesuit needs to put an end to this run.
Puts it up. As a fight for the rebound, Popelka gets the ball. Gets to the Fern.
Slow down here if you're Jesuit.
Glasgow's running the paint. Can he find him? Eeks in the corner. Driving. Finds Jensen. Jensen for three. Splash!
Great way to stop the run for Jesuit.
25-22, St. Mark's with 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Donda cutting to the basket. He's wide open as he makes the layup.
That's just rough for Jesuit, as they just got a three, thinking that they could make a run themselves, but unfortunately the end one went in.
The St. Mark's student section creating a great spark for the team.
Yeah.
As Kirby will check in for Eakes.
It is a Saturday afternoon. You know, it's beautiful, but I mean.
Yeah, very busy day here on 12345 Inwood Road, as there is a Christmas bazaar on campus. Donda will shoot. As he finishes the three-point play, Hopkins will sub in for Donda. As we see a very guard-heavy lineup by St. Mark's. If I'm Dashiell Glasgow, I'm getting 2 feet in the paint. Fern dribbles the ball up. Fern feeling great defense, picks up the ball. Kirby finds wide open Jensen. Jensen, another three, splash! Great first half by Cooper Jensen, as his threes are starting to fall in, making this a three-point game. Hopkins, left-handed layup, and he makes that one too. As it seems every single time the Rangers score a point, St. Mark's answers back. It will be St. Mark's 30, Jesuit 25, and that is the end of the first half. Oh, there's two? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll start it off. Welcome back to Wash Gymnasium here for the third place matchup of the Bob Strauss Memorial Tournament, as it is St. Mark's leading the way with 38 points against Jesuit's 25. As we have the box score, Cooper Jensen leading the way with 9 points, 3 made threes from beyond the arc. And it's Dawson Matty with 12 points leading the way for all scorers in this game.
You know, so I'm looking at the stat sheet, and I see points in the paint. St. Mark's has a huge advantage, 20-4. So Jesuit, they need to have that paint presence. They need to have more paint presence, not on defense, but on offense, you know?
Yes, another clear statistic I see is 16 offensive rebounds by St. Mark's. So Jesuit, if I'm Coach Hill and I need to make adjustment, I'm telling my team, keep St. Mark's off the boards. You box out and grab that rebound.
You can't allow second chance points, even though St. Mark's only has 6 this first half. You can't allow second chance points if you want to win.
As the second half is about to be underway.
Jesuit will start with the ball.
Yes.
I just want to see more paint presence since 20-4 is a very.
Will inbound the ball to Popelka. Popelka dribbling the ball up, gets to the Fern. Fern facing heavy pressure there by Thomas. Fern back to Eakes. Fern. Thomas, great defense, very handy. Dashel with the ball, turns it over, and that's another turnover by Jesuit today.
That St. Mark's student section is going crazy right now.
Popelka gets the ball, finds Fern. Fern's one-on-one with Donda. Puts it up, can't finish. That is a foul on Popelka.
You know, Jesuit, they had that paint presence in that first drive, so that's good to see. Also eliminating rebounds.
Donda will bring the ball up for the Lions. Batty setting the screen. As the Rangers will hedge the screen, trapping Batty wide open for the free throw line. Makes it.
Can't leave him. You got to contest him.
Yeah, I believe so too. Someone has to put a hand up. Eakes passes to the Fern. The Lions are very much on the Rangers. Jensen, NBA range, misses. Hopkins pushing the ball up. It's a 3-on-2. Donda dribbling against Jensen, excuse me. Donda against Jensen. Screen set by Batty. The Rangers are doubling. Batty wide open for 3. Splash.
Those are warm-up shots for him, man.
Timeout called by Coach Hill as the St. Mark's student section is going wild. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Okay.
Welcome back. And as we've seen so far, this new defensive scheme for the Rangers, trying to trap the ball handler, has not been successful, as Dawson Batty has got wide open shots and have scored 5 points to open up the third quarter.
You simply just can't leave the 5-star wide open for shots, so they're going to have to drop some other scheme to get those contested shots on Batty.
Fern dribbling the ball. Jensen finds Eakes. Glasgow wide open to paint. And another turnover by Glasgow. Coach Hill is furious because I believe Glasgow should have tried that signature post hook he always practices on. Donda will bring the ball up. Collins is asking for it, but Batty will receive the ball. Collins one-on-one against Glasgow. Shoots it. He misses. Rebound by Dashel. Eeks pushing it up. Fern, come up. Fern guarded by Batty. Very heavy pressure once again against the Lions, and
Draws the foul.
draws the foul. Very smart IQ play there by Justin Fern. Fern will inbound the ball. Gets it to Popelka. Popelka receiving, dribbling the ball, initiating the offense for the Rangers. Something we haven't seen all season. Fern dribbling. As Batty will get the ball, and that is a foul by Jensen.
Damn.
Smart foul by Jensen, in my opinion. Do not let up any easy 2 points, as you saw there.
Or end up on a poster.
That dunk by Batty. Yeah, he's 6'8" with athleticism.
Something that a lot of colleges and even NBA teams need.
Donda receives the screen from Batty. Spins. Gets to the Hopkins. Hopkins will drive. Dumps it off to Thomas. Thomas will score over Glasgow. All the momentum here with St. Mark's as Jesuit, as it is a 7-0 run. Eeks with the top of the key. Jensen, another shot. He airballs. I believe it slipped out of his hands. Popelka makes that layup. Donda gets to the Batty. Batty. Donda with the ball. So they're setting up their offense. Donda wide open. Gets it to Hopkins. Hopkins will pull it. Oh, misses. But another rebound by Thomas. As I believe it will be a timeout for St. Mark's. So we'll be right. Welcome back to Walsh Gymnasium, as it has been all St. Mark's this third quarter. 4 minutes and 37 seconds left to play. St. Mark's up by 10.
You know, Dawson really establishing his presence in this third quarter, you know, with that time dunk after the foul, but threes, twos, because Jesuits left him wide open. But they need to shut down Dawson like they did in the first half.
Very hard to say, Nan, to do. Donda will inbound it to Batty.
That is true.
Double team there. Donda wide open. We'll pull it in and out. Fern will get the rebound. Passes to Pregler. Pregler pushing the ball up. Gives it to Eeks. Passes it back. A give and go. Pregler loses the ball. Good hands there by Donda as he will pass it up to Collins, who will dunk it. Jensen bring the ball up. Guarded by Thomas. Popelka guarded by Batty. Fern one-on-one against Hopkins. Eeks. Good pass here by Eeks to get it down low to Popelka. Three by Jensen as he can't make it. In and out. Collins with a full head of steam. And the rest will call a blocking foul there on Fern.
Yeah. That last possession was really good by Jesuit. You know, Eeks forcing it in and being able to kick it out.
William Alexander will check in for the game. His first time checking in today. Alexander guarded by Donda. Gives it to Collins. Cross-court lob. Collins almost made that. He fades away. Rebounded there by Fern. Pregler will push the ball up. Pregler gives it to Popelka. That is just another turnover for the Rangers. They're playing too fast, but too jumpsy right now.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to overcome this deficit very fast right now. They need to slow it down. They still have time to come back like they did last night.
Donda bring the ball up. Backdoor screen. Thomas is wide open. McMiller guarded by Fern. Jackson gives it to Donda. Another pick and roll situation between Donda and Batty. McMiller for three. Makes it.
It's raining threes right now for St. Mark's.
Another three-pointer made by McMiller. Alexander gets the ball, and another foul on Wes Jackson. Jeez. That would be his third. I mean, he loves to play defense, but sometimes a bit too much hands.
That's what coaches like to see. They want you to be aggressive. They want you to be aggressive on defense, force those turnovers, allow fast break points off turnovers.
Alexander gives it into Kirby. Kirby trying to look for Fern. Fern is heavily guarded. Popelka will receive the ball. Alexander pump fakes, guarded by Thomas. Finds Fern wide open for three. Can't make it. Great rebound there by Alexander, as it will be a jump ball, but will be St. Mark's possession. Only 2 points scored by the Rangers so far versus St. Mark's 12.
It's just those turnovers and the shots are just not landing right now. They need to limit the turnovers and create turnovers for fast break points.
Donda dribbling to the left side, setting up that pick and roll once again as the Rangers are trapping. Batty loses the ball, but he will pull it. He misses another offensive rebound by the Lions.
Those second chance points, those can't happen.
Pregler hands it off to Kirby. Kirby passes to Fern. Fern back to Alexander. Alexander wide open for three. Splash.
Oh, that was a deep shot.
Great impact there coming off the bench for Alexander. Collins, full head of steam. It is a charge by William Alexander.
What an impact he's had already.
He has to start this game, but what an impact coming off the bench. That is what you need from Coach Hill right now.
Putting his body on the line. Seems kind of shaken up a little bit, but that's what happens. Sometimes the game requires sacrifice. What a sacrifice there by Alexander.
As there's some confusion right now. The refs are looking to call something. They're trying to see if there's 6 men on the court. A bit of confusion right there, as they thought Pregler was on the court, but Shar subbed in for him.
I wasn't really paying attention to the bench.
So there will be a tech on Jesuit. So I believe a tech just for having 6 men on the court, as Donda will shoot his 2 free throws. Not what you need for the Rangers in this third quarter.
Yeah, it seems like they had something going with the charge and the 3-point and then the charge from Alexander. And that's just a sloppy mistake.
Donda, his second attempt, makes it. So now it is a 16-point lead for St. Mark's with 1:50 left to go. What still seems to be a bit more confusion with the refs in the scorers table. Just trying to clear that up, make sure everyone's on the right page, and we're ready to play. Donda will bring the ball up. Pick and roll once again. And it's a travel there against Donda.
Much needed turnover for Jesuit. See if they can take advantage right here.
As Pregler will sub in for Kirby. Kirby is a bit shaken up.
Still.
We saw that in the first half. Shar come in. He's guarded by Thomas, and they're going to call that a double dribble.
I mean, St. Mark's has reignited something on defense, being really aggressive with the ball handler, and it seems to be paying off right now as they're creating turnovers.
I didn't think that was a double dribble against Shar. He just lost it a bit, but it is what it is. Donda driving in, gives it to Thomas, fouled by Alexander.
It just seems like everyone on the St. Mark side is just alive right now. Meanwhile, everyone at the Jesuit side is kind of mopey.
Yeah, their student section is igniting that spark for their team. As Thomas will shoot his first free throw. And it gets stuck
wedgie
up in the rim.
Never seen that before.
That's a pretty funny sight to see. His second free throw from the cherry stripe. Misses it front rim. Alexander will get the rebound. Pregler pushing the ball up. Passes to Alexander. Alexander for three. Misses back rim. McMillan there for the rebound. Pushing the ball up. Stops mid-range. Makes it. Everything seems to be falling for St. Mark's in this third quarter. As there's a minute left to play. Oh! Foul there on Thomas as he almost pickpocketed Alexander. Alexander to inbound it to Shar. Shar guarded by McMillan. Alexander guarded by Hawkins. Gets to the Colin Grant on the elbow. Pregler, top of the key. One dribble, drives in, lays it up. That's nice there from Nick Pregler.
Being able to open the defense up and being able to drive through the rim is much needed right now.
Looks like St. Mark's coach telling his team to settle for the last shot here in this third quarter. They are taking this time off as much as they can. Hawkins guarded left by Pregler. Grant, McMillan for number three. Good contest there by Colin Grant. Shar brings it up, guarded by Collins. Clear size matchup.
Coach doesn't seem too pleased
They
with
get it
the
to
shot.
Popoka. Pregler for three. Misses, but Popoka gets the offensive rebound. 10 seconds left. He will put it in.
Seems like the St. Mark's coach was not happy with the guy taking that shot earlier.
3 seconds left. Batty with the ball. Will he pull it up? Puts it up.
Ooh, I
Misses.
thought that went in.
As a very ferocious run by St. Mark's early in that third quarter and in the middle half. As we have 8 minutes left to play here in Washington. Welcome back to Washington as we have 1 quarter left to play in this third place matchup between Jesuit and St. Mark's.
St. Mark's scored 18 points compared to Jesuit's measly 9. So it was a huge run for St. Mark's.
But Pedro, as you remember from last game against Saxe, Jesuit had a pretty large deficit there to start the fourth quarter. Almost won that game. Let's see if they can pull off that same magic once again.
I mean, anything's possible, really.
Shar will receive the inbound, guarded by Thomas, who had a great defensive game today. Shar will receive the handoff. Hands it off to Alexander. Finds a cutting Popelka and puts it in.
Great start. That's what you need.
And here comes the full court press there by the Rangers.
I mean, it worked yesterday.
It worked last time. Oh, Thomas missed. Wide open. Dawson Batty all by himself. Collins loses the ball.
Oh.
Very physical as Grant turns it over against Thomas. Thomas misses a layup, but Collins is right there to put it right back in.
It seems like Coach Hill's going for what worked last time, the full court press. It almost worked, but a bad pass led to 2 points for St. Mark's.
Alexander receives the screen from Pregler. Hands it off. Popelka on top of the key. Grant receives the handoff. Shar will put it up. Misses front rim.
Almost.
Jump ball. And it will be St. Mark's possession. So another chance for the Rangers to full court press these St. Mark's Lions. Popelka, Shar, and Colin Grant will be up top. Donda gets the ball, gets it to Thomas. Thomas to Collins.
Oh.
Collins misses the dunk. At 6'8", you shouldn't be missing that, but he missed it. Turns it over. Popelka, 1-on-2. And puts it in.
It's those small things that could bring life. That missed dunk, those little things can mean absolute big things.
Hopkins guarded by Alexander. Crossover, lobs it up to Collins, and he'll make that one.
That's just a great setup of offense there by St. Mark's, allowing for the lob.
That's how you beat a press. Shar in the corner. Driving. Good hands there by Donda. And it will be a foul on Popelka. I believe so. Jensen and Eakes will come in for Pregler and Shar. So 14-point game.
I'd love to see Eakes get started here. He got some good looks last half, and I just want him to get going.
St. Mark's being that press every single time, but they turn it over. Colin almost pickpocketed by Thomas. Alexander to Eakes. To Jensen, wide open in the corner. Splash!
11-point game.
That's his first three made in the second half. Hopkins dribbles the ball up. Doesn't look to force anything. Collins, he's forcing something, and it's off his leg.
Another turnover. It feels like the Sasachi game all over again right now with those turnovers on St. Mark's.
No need for Collins to go that fast as you're up 11 points.
Alexander trying to stall.
As he will. Donda switches on to him. Gets it to Jensen. Jensen, another three. Splash!
8-point game. 8-point game.
That's what you need from Cooper Jensen right there. As he
he almost had that.
Almost gets that steal. What a player Jensen is. Scrappy. Always getting those 50-50 balls, but he missed that one right there.
Little by little, Jesuits coming back.
Hopkins, guarded by Grant. Colin will come up. Hopkins blows, pass right by him. Batty misses that turnaround layup.
That's uncharacteristic.
And it'll be a foul on the floor against Alexander before Thomas can put that shot up.
Jesuit, like last night, they're creating these turnovers, and by upping the pace and making it affect St. Mark's and allowing these turnovers to happen, which create points.
Donda will inbound the ball. Gives it to Hopkins. He's all the way up in the half court. Eakes playing good defense there. Hopkins gets the ball. It is a charge. Another charge there. Forced by William Alexander.
Alexander loves them charges.
That's how you win a game. As there's 5 minutes left to play for the Rangers to spark this comeback. Alexander, guarded by McMiller. Just a man press, one-on-one. Alexander, screened by Popelka. Oh, he turns it over. Batty was right there.
That was just good defense by Batty.
Batty, one-on-one against Popelka. Finds Jackson wide open in the corner. Batty in the wing. No need to force anything. Posts up from the three-point line. Almost loses it. Jensen able to put his hands there to get a deflection on the ball.
Great aggression by Jesuit on defense.
Here comes the trap. As Batty is trapped there. Thomas has the ball on top of the key. Time is ticking for Jesuit to do something. McMiller loses the ball, and it is off Jackson's hands.
Another turnover. St. Mark's has had a lot of turnovers this quarter.
Fern will check in for Colin Grant. So we see the original starting five. Fern, Eakes, Alexander, Popelka, and Jensen. Fern working on McMiller. Receives the screen from Popelka. Fern posts up. Gets it to Eakes on top of the key. Jensen to Popelka. Popelka bounce passes to Eakes. Jensen gives it to Alexander. Popelka one-on-one in the paint. No foul there. A lot of contact.
He was looking to draw the foul there.
I believe he did get fouled. McMiller stuck, and it'll be a timeout, St. Mark's. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to play here.
Still a game, man. It could be a
Eight-point game here in Wash Gymnasium for this third-place matchup in the Bob Strauss Memorial Tournament. Jesuit down by 8 as it is St. Mark's ball.
Jesuit, they've been having a little bit of a turnover problem in these past couple of minutes. So if they just keep on forcing turnovers and just getting baskets.
Here comes that full court press. Jackson gets it to Donda. Donda gets it to McMiller. McMiller full court pass to Jackson, excuse me. Donda trapped there by Eakes and Alexander. He doesn't know what to do, and they're gonna call a foul. A bit too handsy there from, I believe foul was called on Eakes.
That was a great job by Jesuit right there on the trap.
Yes, 2 fouls apiece for both teams. 5 fouls to get into the double bonus for 2 free throw shots. Hopkins will receive the ball.
Oh, that's a
late call there by the baseline. And it's another foul there on Alexander. Popelka will come in.
Seems like
for Alexander. I think Alexander has 4 fouls. The traps were working before the timeout. I believe they can work again. Thomas will receive the inbound. Passes to Hopkins. Hopkins looking for somewhere to go. Finds a wide open Thomas. Thomas doesn't force anything. Very handsy trap as Batty wide open.
Jesuit's goal right now is to trap on the corners because the corner has an extra defender.
Yes.
So that should be their goal right now on defense.
Ooh. Very handsy St. Mark's team. Not a lot of fouls called, as there is a foul called on Kirby. Kirby, a bit shaken up, suffered a lot of pain as
he's limping.
I believe he'll need a sub. Colin Grant will sub in for Kirby. Kirby, you know, he's trying his best just to get out there and play and make an impact for his team.
Yeah, he just got done with football season for the Jesuit Rangers.
Eeks, dribbling, finds a wide open Colin Grant. Fern gets the ball. Colin receives the handoff. Jensen tries to put it up, finds Fern wide open. Good pass there to Popelka, and Popelka will finish. Nice reverse layup.
Once again, it's an 8-point game.
Eeks,
oh,
great hands there.
He almost had that.
Almost had that. Great recognition there by Eeks to get a hand on it.
You know, Eeks is only a sophomore. I will love to see him develop over the years.
Looks like Batty will inbound the ball for St. Mark's. Full court man-on-man press here for the Jesuit as the ball will receive to Hopkins. Batty drives by Popelka, just rises up and passes it to Donda. Donda right back to Batty. Gives it back to Donda. It's a give and go there between the two players. Thomas picks up his dribble. This is where Jesuit should trap. Hopkins almost loses it, finds a wide open McMiller, and he puts it up. A minute and 40 seconds left, and Jesuit is down by 10. Eeks receives the ball, gives it back to Fern. Any shot here will help. Fern puts it up, misses.
Jump ball.
Jump ball.
Jesuit's ball.
And it will be Jesuit's ball. So another chance here to score. A quick basket will be needed if there's only a minute and 25 seconds left. Jensen will inbound the ball. Finds wide open Colin Grant. Eeks, three, misses. Jensen a bit shaken up. Popelka!
And one!
Puts it up.
Everybody's on the floor right now.
Somehow falls in. Yeah, that big scramble for the ball was just very physical.
Seems like Jensen got hit in the throat as he's holding it right now.
Probably took an elbow.
Yeah.
But knowing Jensen, he'll get back as soon as he can. Popelka to finish the three-point play. Swishes it.
7-point game.
Jack Shar will go in for Colin Grant. We've seen Shar last night. Had some great defense on this full court press. Let's see if he can do it again. Pass to McMiller. McMiller listens it, and he turns it over.
Jesuit ball.
Tries to pass it to Batty, but it is Jesuit ball.
See what I mean? If you press on the out of bounds, towards the out of bounds, it creates an extra defender, and they're gonna have to just throw it up and it might create a turnover. So you want to allow those traps on the borders of the court.
And there is Jensen right back into this ball game. Jensen get the ball in, passes it to Fern. Fern creating the offense. Gives it to Popelka. Popelka gives it to Jensen. 1-2 game there.
Oh,
Popelka misses
unlucky.
the lob. Jackson will receive the ball. Give it to Batty. St. Mark's needs to get across half court. Donda will pass it to Thomas.
You're going to have to foul here. Yeah.
And there, Fern will foul Thomas. So Thomas will be shooting 2 free throws now. So any foul committed on the Rangers will be 2 free throws for St. Mark's. Thomas, his first shot from the cherry stripe.
Even a missed shot or a missed free throw will help.
In and in. Lucky bounce there. Shooter's touch, as we say here. His second attempt. Puts it in. Very two.
Jesuit's going to have to play fast here if they want to keep it a close game.
Eeks Yes, and a fast shot here. Fern will rise up
Just
in the
like
mid-range,
that.
and we'll put it in. 40 seconds left.
It's still
here
a
to play.
7-point game.
And Wash Gymnasium, 7-point game, as you said, Pedro. And we'll be 40 seconds left to play here, and Walsh Gymnasium.
You have to do the full court. You have to try to win. You also got to get up quick shots.
That is what we have been seeing here the past fourth quarter. Great insight there by Pedro Rios, the sophomore. Hopkins look to inbound the ball. Just finding trouble, just lobs it to Batty. And they will just foul him immediately.
Like, for Jesuit, any missed free throw is super huge, as it can help cut the deficit even more. Like, those little things can domino effect into something huge.
Batty from the line. Let's see if he can make this one. As he does, William Alexander will check in for Jack Shar. Batty, second attempt. Switches it again. Eeks, pushing it up fast.
You need a 3 here, honestly.
Gives it to Fern. Great defense by Hawkins, and that's another turnover.
And he's going for another. Oh. Thought Dawson was going for another highlight dunk right there.
Yes, but Justin Fern was able to foul before any attempt to dunk the ball. Hopkins, first shot. Swishes. The St. Mark's student section, very hype. Hawkins' second free throw attempt. As he will miss that one. Fern pushing the ball up. Gives it to Alexander. Fern looking to get a shot off. Alexander. Time is ticking. St. Mark's, and it is another steal by St. Mark's. 13 seconds left to play. Dawson will dunk the ball.
Yeah.
And it looks like Fern will put up the last shot. Misses. And that is final here from Walsh Gymnasium.
St. Mark's has earned their third place, and we'll have the championship for you guys coming up next.
Yes, what a great game there by St. Mark's.
Yeah. It seemed like Jesuit had that defensive strategy in the first half, but, you know, with the huge run by St. Mark's in the second half, it kind of just slipped away.
As we said, so don't go anywhere, as we'll have the championship game between Grand Prairie and Saxe in a couple of minutes. My name's Ryan Torres.
I'm Pedro Rios.
And thank you for listening on J.